A heaven-bound Christian sister or brother must not put on the attire of a harlot. In the book of Proverbs chapter 7 from verse 10 to 12, let's read. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. You see the characteristics of this woman with the attire of a harlot. Not just putting on the attire of a harlot, but she is subtle. She's deceptive. She has double tongue. She's not stable. That is her characteristics. This same woman, she's loud and stubborn. She's not a submissive woman. How can she submit to her husband? She's loud. She wants to be noticed. If you take her to an event, she wants to be seen by all. She wants to flaunt herself around, to be known and seen by people, because she's looking for whom to charm. She's looking for whom to seduce. Even when such a woman is putting on a long gown, she will make sure that such gown is very tight fitted, to the point that her two nipples will be protruding out, so that she will seduce the gullible. These are the characteristics of this woman, and many more. The Bible recorded that this type of women, her feet does not abide in her house. Pium, 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 she moved from one place to the other. Why will she sit back at home? If she sits back at home, who will notice her? So such should not be seen or mentioned in the life of a heaven-bound Christian sister. The Bible did not list the kind of dresses, fashion, or design a believer should adopt. However, it provided a guiding principle which includes the following. Number 1, a godly dress must cover the body properly to avoid being a stumbling block to others. As a godly woman or a godly man, don't dress in such a way that you will become a stumbling block to those that sees you. No, such should not be seen in a godly woman. He must cover properly to avoid being a stumbling block to other people around him. Secondly, a Christian brother or sister must avoid worldly fashion and design, which aim at corrupting the society. This should not be seen in the life of a godly woman. At the time someone wears a body-revealing clothes in the name of fashion, you're not just corrupted as a person, you are corrupting those around you. It should not be seen or mentioned in the life of a godly woman. Thirdly, a woman should not put on that which belongeth to a man. Neither should a man put on that which belongs to a woman. For as many that do this is an abomination before the Lord. A godly woman or a godly brother should be an example to other believers in her clothing. Beloved sister, beloved brother, in your dressing, make sure you dress in such a way that the other brothers or sisters or the young ones seeing you will adopt your godly dressing instead of polluting their hearts. Type of clothes a godly woman should avoid. You must not dress to show off, either to show off class or wealth. A holy woman should be humble in her dressing. The wedding garment of a holy woman must be decent, well covered. No part of her body should be seen or exposed. As a godly woman, the glory of God must be the sole aim in body dressing. Dress in such a way that when people see you, they will see the glory of God all over you. When you dress godly and holy, no reasonable man will see you and lust after you. None. But when you dress like a harlot, you will cause them to stumble and lust. A godly brother must not wear shorts or knicker in public places. As I told you earlier about the person I met at the airport, wearing shorts above his knees, with every part of what makes him a man protruding out. He was out to lure women into immorality. And I believe he achieved what he was looking for those women that lack self-control and lack the Spirit of God. As a godly sister, avoid skirts or gown that has slits or splits, either behind or in front or by the side. Not befitting for a godly woman. Don't wear any clothes that has opening in front, by the side, or at the back. Make sure that it's well covered. Even if it must be open, let it be planted in such a way that your body will not be exposed, because it is designed by Satan for the purpose of seduction. Some ignorant women put it on, seeing it as nothing. But the devil have designed those clothes with slits. There are some, you will see them, they will tear it to the lap, to their thighs. Every godly woman should avoid such clothes with slits or splits. A godly woman should avoid mini skirts. These are skirts that sometimes scarcely reach the knees. Some are above the knees. They are mini skirts. A godly woman should avoid it. It is practically designed by Satan to lure men into immorality. Because those women that put it on, you will see that their thighs are exposed. They expose their thighs. You know what it means? They are directly or indirectly telling men that they are available. So such dressing should not be seen with a godly woman. A godly woman should be decent and should avoid every form of mini skirt. Even if it's a uniform in a place of work, avoid it. It's not befitting dressing for a godly woman that wants to go to heaven. The length of dress of a godly woman should go down, either to her feet or 3/4. When I mean 3/4, it's not by the knees, no. Or maybe little below the knees, no. It should go down, in between your feet and your knees, in such a way that at sitting position, your thighs are not seen. You don't even need hanky to cover your knees. So if you are putting on a 3/4 gown as a woman, it should not be on your knees. It should not be a little below the knee. It should go down before your feet. There are some persons that may not like it flowing down on their feet. The gown of a godly woman should not be flowing down to the point that it will be sweeping the floor. This is ungodliness. It has turned to fashion. So the dress length of a godly woman should go down in such a way that at a sitting position, her thighs are not exposed. She does not need hanky to cover her knees or her thighs. It is well covered and her legs are well covered. So don't wear something on your knees and you tell me, but Sister Melda, you say we should wear 3/4. No, that one is not acceptable. So avoid every form of mini skirts. It's an ungodliness. Godly woman should avoid those sleeveless top. They call it armpit revealing clothes. They are those clothes, like some of them, they call them macaroni hand or spaghetti hand. You know what I mean? Another one, you see them, they are sleeveless. They are not really macaroni hand. They are sleeveless. Maybe their hand length is from here to here, but sleeveless. Still, the armpit is exposed. A godly woman, a Christian woman should avoid such clothing. Another sleeveless is those ones like some polo or some tops that you see the hand length at the muzzle. The hand length will stop at the muzzle. Avoid such clothes. It's not befitting for you. This armpit revealing cloth was designed by Satan to arouse men. Some men don't have self-control. When they see the armpit of a woman, you see them arouse. Can't you see it? So why will you put on such a clothes? And the Lord will hold you responsible. He will judge the man that lost after you. He will also judge you that caused that man to stumble. So do away with all those type of clothing. So the devil make the godless women, the unrighteous women, to delight. So they delight in putting on these armpit revealing clothes for the purpose of attraction, to trap men into sin. That is a dressing of an harlot, not for a godly woman. The question is this: should a woman wear trousers? The answer is capital no. The Bible says in the book of Dressing.Share chapter 22 verse 5, it says, "Woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God." Trouser is not a befitting dress for a godly woman. Trouser is one of the dressing of a harlot. Is not befitting for a heaven-bound believer. A believer should avoid any dress, fashion, or design that does not speak well of the gospel of Jesus. Secondly, a believer should also avoid any dress code in their place of work that is contrary to the commandments of God. Examples are police women, you must not wear trousers or pants. Army women, you must not wear pants or trousers if you must do that job. Youth corpers, you must not wear pants or trousers if you must serve. Instead, I want to tell you that the commandment of God is above the commandment of men. I've gotten so many questions like, Sister Melda, what if somebody is an army officer? Are you trying to say that the person should not wear trousers? The answer is yes. She must not wear trousers. What if she's a policeman? Are you trying to say that being a policeman, she should not wear trousers? What if she's running and going after armed robbers? Instead, let her leave the job. Heaven is more than the police work. Heaven is more than above the army work. Another question is, Sister Melda, what about those that are doing service? Are you trying to say that the youth corpers should not wear trousers, they should wear skirts? The answer is yes, they should wear skirts, because before now, trouser was not what for youth service. Go and Google it. From the beginning, it was not so. From the beginning, you have the right to choice of what you want to wear, either pants or skirts. So I want to tell you that the law of God, the commandment of God is above the law of your government, the law of the land. Another person says, I am a nurse and we are expected not to wear anything skirt. We are expected to wear trousers. My sister, if you are a nurse and that hospital mandated you to wear pants, leave that hospital. If the Lord wants you to practice your profession, He will make a way for you. When I came to this country, the first job I got, I was rejected after a day. I worked today, the next day I was sacked. Why? Because of pants, because of trousers. I said, I will not. Instead, take your job. I was the only one putting on skirts. She was angry. She said she cannot condone it. She sacked me. I left that day so happy. Because why was I happy? I honored Jesus in my dressing. The Lord said you will be persecuted. Note that you will be persecuted. But blessed are you when men persecute you and revile you for the sake of righteousness. He said you should rejoice because great reward is waiting for as many that will overcome. So you Christian sister that is a nurse, why are you compromising? Are you really in for this heaven? Are you sure you are in for this heaven? I don't think. Because if you are in for heaven, if you know the danger of going to hell, you will never compromise. If you know the danger of going to hell, you will never compromise because of what? Because you want to be a nurse. You want to be a nurse? Then you must wear pants. Avoid such job. If the Lord wants you to practice your profession, He will make a way for you. He will make you to get a job where you will not be forced to dress on pants. Because the Bible says, it's because you don't have faith in God. The Bible says that the heart of a king is in the Lord's hand. Like a river of water. He can turn it to any direction He feels like. I've gotten testimonies of most of our sisters that go to youth camp, youth service, on their skirts. We have pictures of them here. You can see one. They went to youth service with their skirts. And they say, instead of me to wear pants, go with your service. As a Christian sister, your stand in your dress code should be, others may, but I cannot. Somebody may say, but other Christians are doing it. I am not other Christians. I'm a holy Christian. I remember when I moved into a new apartment, the landlord of that apartment asked me, are you a Muslim? I said, I'm not a Muslim. I asked him, why do you ask? He said, because you dress like one. I said, no, I'm a Christian. He said, how? How are you a Christian? He's a white man. He said, how are you a Christian? I said, I am a born-again Christian, a holy Christian. I'm not just an ordinary Christian. No. But I am a holy Christian, a born-again Christian. I began to explain to him there are different types of Christians. There are Christians that are holy, and there are unholy Christians. That was what I explained to him. So who are you, Christian sister? What type of Christian are you? Are you a nominal Christian? Follow, come. At the end, you remember you are not going to heaven. A compromising Christian, remember you are not going to heaven. Daniel proposed in his heart that he will not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. He demanded for vegetable from the server. Say, please, I don't want to eat the chicken, the turkey, the nice food cooked in the king's palace. I prefer vegetable. Why? Because he knew that those food will define him, because it was dedicated to idol. That should be the stand of every Christian woman in your dressing. That should be the stand of every Christian man. In every area of your life, be different. Tell yourself, others may, but I cannot. Others may choose to pretend, but I cannot. That should be your stand if actually you want to go to heaven.